What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today in the garage I got a 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. Gonna be replacing a few of the rear suspension components. I'll show you what happened here. Customer had hit a curb when it was snowy out, and you can kind of see on the wheel there some of the damage. But back underneath, driver's side here, you can see this bar here, which is considered the toe link, and right where it's rusty here, you can tell it's bent. So we're going to replace that. And when she hit the curb, it moved this whole suspension towards the passenger and also bent that side's toe link as well. So we're going to replace that one as well. And then the third piece is back up in there. Looks like the upper control arm, the front one, is just a little tweaked as well, so we're going to replace that as well. All right, so you can just put your jack underneath the differential there. Go ahead and jack it up, and make sure you got your front wheel blocked as well. Then take your jack stand, and you can see this little spot right here. You can get a jack stand right there, or you can see there's an arrow right there pointing at it as well. And same thing on the other side. Then you can go ahead and remove your wheel with it jacked up. These are going to be a 22 millimeter, and your lug nut key, which is usually located in the back with the spare tire. And with the wheel off, as you can see, the tire hit here on the shock absorber, just the dust cover, so I'm going to replace that later on. And it hit right here, but when she hit the curb, the whole thing just shifted, so it kind of tweaked this control arm right here, so we're going to replace that as well. All right, so first thing you want to do is take off this little plastic bracket, I guess, for the e-brake cable. Just stick your flathead screwdriver under there, and just kind of pry it open. There you go, and that just opens up like that, and then you can release it from that toe link there. Let's get that up out of the way. All right, so we can go ahead and loosen these. This first one's going to be 18 millimeter on this bolt, and then same with the nut on the back here is going to be 18 millimeter. So just get your wrench, and then go ahead and try and break these free. And here's that nut. And then before I pull that out, let's get these guys loose up there, and then I can jack it up to take the pressure off it and pull those out. Alright guys, so before I loosen the bolts that go to the toe link, I'm going to take a Sharpie and just draw kind of around this, just to where my bolt was. So when I put it back on, it'll line up exactly where it was, just so the alignment's not totally off, just to be on the safe side. So on that one, and then I'll do the same thing on the inside one. And here's the inside one. And like I said, just draw just a circle right around where it was, just so the alignment's not totally off. If you can. And then also I'll draw a line at the very top going up. And the same thing on this side. put a line at the very top, straight up. Just like that. So next, take your jack and let's see if we can get some pressure off. We can just go right underneath the shock absorber there. Alright, so I jacked it up a little bit, take some of the tension off. It's still kind of tight in there, but it's coming out. So I'm just going to take a pry bar and try to pry it off. Just like that, and then we should be able to get this other one out. And then go ahead and pull this one out. You may have to wiggle it a little bit. And the sway bar is getting in the way. Alright, so it looks like, yeah, I can't get this out. So in order to get this out, we're going to have to take this sway bar off. And then you got two here, two here. This one you have to use a wrench on. So let's just pull these. Let's see if that's enough to maybe, there we go, maybe. Okay, so yeah, it looks like you don't even have to loosen those, just get these out, and that's enough to pull it, and then pull this out, and then you can pull this right out, just like that. Alright, so here's, take your new one, just measure it up, make sure it matches, but as you can see, you can tell how bad that one was bent. That was really bad. And this one actually feels a lot heavier dutier than the Mopar one. So, and here's the, I got this from O'Reilly's, and here's the part number if you need that. So let's go ahead and throw this one on. So go ahead and put your new toe link in. It doesn't matter what side you use, so don't worry about that. Go ahead and slide that through there, and then take your alignment bolt and shove that in there. Same way with your line. Like I said, my line was at the top there, so do that. All right, and then connect your other side. Stick that through. Maybe. Like that. I just want to show you guys on the back side here so you can get a good grip of it. So you take your alignment washer, stick that on there, and line at the top, and then it has these little grooves too as well that the washer fits through. And then take your nut, like I said, get it about to where it was, and lined at the top, and then take your nut and go ahead and turn that up, twist that on there. And then take your 18mm nut and just throw that one back on there, and we'll tighten this up. On this backside, guys, on this washer here, I'm not sure if it really matters or not, but I think you want the flat part. I know it was down here before, but I think it twisted up. I think you want this flat part going against the rotor here. So just gives a little extra clearance there. So I got this side tightened up already, and I'll go ahead and tighten this side. You know, as of right now, I'm not sure on the torque specs. I will try and get that to you at the end of the video or in the description. But just try and keep your lines at the top there where they were as you're tightening. So try to keep those from moving, them line that washer there. Just want to try to get it back to where it was, even though I know this was out of alignment from the curb, but the alignment shop will take care of the rest. That one turned on me a little bit. Alright, and I'm going to do the other side, but I'm not going to record that since it's the same thing, and then I'll come back and button this up. But you can go ahead and put your e-brake little plastic holder back on, and that just goes around and should snap back into place there, just like that. So next thing is going to be this upper control arm here. It's a little tweaked. The bushings are kind of worn out on it too, so I'm going to replace it as well. And this is going to be 18 millimeter, and then the same up front there. Get a light back in here. And then, yeah, you can see the bolt going through there, or the nut, and then the bolt on the other side. So we'll go ahead and loosen those up. And I do have it jacked up a little bit, just to take some of that tension off the control arm. Looks like I'll need an extension. And then the other one's kind of tricky to get back into. Hopefully, kind of hard to get the camera back in here, but looks like I'm gonna need two 18 millimeter wrenches. Alright guys, as you can see, it was too hard to get the camera in here, but I got them loose. There is like a little indentation here on the frame for you to get the bolt out. So let me get that nut off, and then I'll pull that bolt out. And what I used was just an 18 millimeter wrench and just a little stubby 18 millimeter gear wrench. And then just take a pry bar, try and get this bolt out back here, and it'll come loose out of there. There's the bolt, and pull this one out here. Just see if I can hit it. That's what that looks like, and compare it to the new one. So there's the new one, and looks pretty similar, but it's kind of hard to tell. Up together, it looks like, as you can see, this is kind of tweaked a little bit right there, so that's why we're replacing this one, because I moved that one just like that. And the part number for that one, this one I had to get from Advanced. It's going to be the Moog and there's the part number on that. And I just want to point out, guys, you can see that this is kind of cone shape right here, and this side isn't. So the cone shape part goes towards the rotor here. So let's go ahead and stick this in. Actually, you go towards the rotor first, I think. Maybe not. This light out of the way. That one to be there. And this one's kind of hard. May not get the camera in there. Okay, so I got that tight. Too hard to get the camera in there, but I did that one as tight as I could. There's like no way of getting a torque wrench back in there anyway, so now let me go ahead and tighten this one up. Alright, so I got that side all put on, and everything's tight on there. So everything's tight over there as well. So now we can go ahead and put our sway bar bolts back in. So let me go ahead and do that. Alright guys, so there we have it. New upper control arm, front one on the rear, and our new toe link on the driver's side, and come around to the passenger side. There's our other toe link. So let me go ahead and get the wheels put back on. Alright guys, so that's it. I'm going to go ahead and torque these wheels down and then take her for a spin. And first thing in the morning, take it to an alignment shop and have it aligned. So I hope this helps you out. Go ahead and check out my other videos and like and subscribe. Appreciate it.